Welcome back. It's now time for your lunchtime sports. Cricket is where we begin. Jamaica Scorpions have it all to do in their third round regional four-day match against Barbados Pride as the visitors continues to pile on the runs on day 3 at Sabina Park. The Scorpions were 9 for 1 in their second innings, trailing now by 111 runs. Chadwick Walton is the man out. Now earlier, the Pride were dismissed for 389 in their first innings reply after zooming on 315 for 6. Captain Craig Brathwaite carried on to 142 from his overnight 129. Fellow overnight batter Shane Darich made 44 after zooming on 19. Derval Green took 4 for 78 and Pete Salmon 3 for 94 for the Scorpions. Some football news on Cavalier FC started their CONCACAF Champions Cup campaign on a losing note, going down 2-0 to US MLS outfit FC Cincinnati in the first leg of their first round of the competition at the National Stadium last night. In what was the inaugural appearance for both teams in the competition, they would enjoy early forays in the contest. FC Cincinnati in particular coming closer to opening the scoring. But on the stroke of half-time, the US club got the go-ahead goal through Sergio Santos. FC Cincinnati would dominate possession in the second half and were inevitably rewarded when Malik Pinto sent them further ahead in the 87th minute to make it 2-0. Captain Gadale Irving was disappointed with the defeat.
I would feel very bad knowing that we lose at home, but we're going back to the training ground to fix that.
The teams will meet in the return leg match next week, Wednesday, February 28 at the TQL Stadium in Cincinnati. Now, former Premier League campaigners Constant Spring FC and former All-Ireland knockout champions Olympic Gardens FC will contest the Ray and Nephew Cassava Championship mid-season final this afternoon. Corville and New Kingston will do battle in the Major League clash on Friday night at the Constant Spring field. Olympic Gardens are top Zone A of the preliminary round with 27 points, while Constant Spring topped Zone B with 25 points to book their places in the mid-season showdown. When both teams met earlier in the season, it ended 1-1, and so both will be looking for bragging rights along with the mid-season trophy and $150,000 first prize. Meanwhile, Corville Gardens will battle New Kingston in the Major League mid-season playoff encounter in the evening's opening match. Corville ended the first half of the season with 20 points, while topping Zone A. New Kingston finished with 19 points in leading Zone B. The Major League mid-season winners will take home $75,000 and the trophy. To the courts you go now. Wilmer's boys and Jamaica College will meet in this afternoon's final of the ISA Under 19 All-Ireland basketball competition after victories at the UWI Auditorium on Wednesday. JC first beat Manchester High 77-73 in their semi-final, with Xavier Keys top scoring with 20 points and 12 rebounds, while Joel Ham chipped in with 15 points and 7 boards. Despite a game-high 22 points, Javari Farron could not prevent his team from losing. Akeem Pusey also added 20 points. Meanwhile, Wolmer's boys booked their spot in the final against JC in what will be a rematch of the Southern Conference final after a 79-77 win over Kingston College. Joel Ricketts was outstanding for the Wolmerians with a game-high 41 points to go along with 15 rebounds. Jelani Barnaby also scored at 22 points. Mordecai Clark was the top scorer for KC, getting 28 points, while Jaquain Farron added 21. The under 19 final tips off at 4 p.m. Meanwhile, Manchester High will contest the under 16 final against Calabar starting at 2 p.m. Calabar booked their spot in the final after a 65-60 win over Campion College. Antoine Day was the leading player for Calabar with 18 points and 27 rebounds, while Jawan Walker added 13 points and 5 steals. Raheem Martel was the high point man with 28 points and 15 steals along with 9 rebounds. Calabar will now play Manchester High, who defeated Bel-Air 54-33 in Thursday's second semi-final. Manchester High, well, like I said, they got by Bel-Air High. And that's where we leave the courts for now. And I am Jeremy Brown. Gary Ann, back to you.
Thank you, Jerry Main. And that's it for the Midday News. I'm Carrie-Ann Simpson. Join us again at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports, and production teams, good afternoon.